Hello everyone, my name's Elspeth. Welcome to the Planeswalker Pantheon, and today we are opening up a collector's box of the latest Magic the Gathering set, Bloomburrow. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, you guys won't notice this because hopefully when I actually release these videos, they'll be, coming in once a week. But I got sick after filming that first one. You can probably tell I'm standing a lot better, thankfully. But yeah, I just got really sick. Just whatever was coming around this winter was just awful. It was probably one of the most worst feelings I've ever had in a while. But enough of that. I'm better. I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling way better than what I was feeling when I was doing that first video. But we got our 12 packs of lovely Bloomburrow. We'll toss that over there. We'll fix that up in a moment. And we'll get into opening these. But yeah, it's good to be back filming. I missed it. I hate being sick. Try to avoid it as much as possible. Sometimes you can't. But I just hate being sick. It makes me feel miserable. Actually, we'll do it from the front. So we have beautiful double-sided token. Got Camilla the Seed Miser in the foil alt art. 3 black and green for a 3/3 with menace. Other squirrels you control have menace. Whenever you sacrifice one or more foods, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. 2 and forage, put a +1/+1 count on each other squirrel you control. Oh, we got the special, this is the Imagine Critters Gilded Goose. Single green for a creature bird, it's an 0/2 with flying. When it enters, create a food token. 1 green and tap to create a food. Tap, sacrifice a food, create 1 mana of any colour. Nice. Paw Patch Recruit. 1 green for a creature rabbit warrior. It's a 2/1 with offspring, true, and trample. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than that creature. We've got the Suave Mr. Foxglove. For 2 green, white, and blue, you get a legendary creature, Fox Rogue, 3/5 with lifelink, and whenever it attacks, draw cards equal to the number of cards in defending players' hands minus the number of cards in yours. If you didn't draw cards this way, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Got a Manifold Mouse. 1 and a red for a creature, Mouse Soldier with offspring 2. It's a 1/2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample until end of turn. Got our pretty island. And we've got our foil uncommons and our foil commons. Yeah, so you may sense that I'm a little bit short of breath. I am still kind of sick. So I'm still not at 100%, but I am way better than what I was after filming that first video. I could not get a breath in at all. Alright, our next token is a beautiful little Bun Bun and Flowerfoot Swordmaster. And we have a foil Eluge the Shoreless Sea. I actually opened the normal version of this one in my pre-release. 1 in triple blue for a Starster. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of islands you control. When Eluge enters or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. It's an island in addition to its other types, as long as it has a flood counter. The first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn costs blue, or 1 less to cast for each land you control with a flood counter on it. We got Hugs. X, 2 red and 2 green for a legendary creature, Badger Warrior, 5/5 with trample. When it enters, exile the top X cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. This kind of feels like a card from Eldraine. I know the card, I can see the artwork, the name is gone for some reason, but it has that feeling. It'll come to me eventually, I think. Festival of Embers. 4 and a red for an enchantment. During your turn, you may cast instant and sorcery spells from your graveyard by paying 1 life, in addition to their other costs. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. 1 and a red, sacrifice Festival of Embers. We got the Domri. He's a porcupine. Oh my gosh. 1 red and green for legendary planeswalker Domri. Creatures you control get +1/+0. Starts at 3 loyalty, +1 to add red or green. Creature spells you cast this turn can't be countered. And target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Nice. We have Wick the World Mind. 3 and a black for a legendary creature, Rat Warlock. It's a 2/4. Whenever Wick or another rat you control enters, create a 1/1 black snail creature token if you don't control a snail. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on a snail you control. And for Grixis and sacrifice a snail, Wick deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to each opponent. Then draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Got our forest, and our uncommons, and our commons. But yeah, you can probably hear it in my voice that I'm not quite there, but I'm better. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I can at least hold a conversation for a while without having the need to cough. But yeah, it's good to be back and filming, honestly. Alright, so we got Craig Flame and Starscape Cleric. I haven't seen the offspring token for that one yet, actually. That's pretty cool. We've got another Gilded Goose, but this one in foil. Nice. We have all the 3 Tree City. When it enters, choose a creature type, tapped, add colors, 2 and tap, choose a color, and the amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. So, type will nick those. Fecund Green Shell. 3 and 2 green for a creature elemental turtle. 4/6 with reach. As long as you have 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. And when it or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you may put it into the battlefield tapped, otherwise put it in your hand. Arthur Marigold Knight. 2 blue, red, and white for a legendary creature, Mouse Knight, 4/5 with haste. Whenever Arthur and at least one other creature attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Return that creature to its owner's hand at the end of combat. We have a foil Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the artwork looks suspiciously like a Colligan dragon. Wink wink. 3 and 2 red for a legendary creature, Bird Dragon's a 5/5 with flying. When it enters or attacks, exile the top X cards of your library, or X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next end step. At the beginning of your next end step, Dragonhawk deals 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. Got a forest, and our uncommons and commons. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. I'm very happy to be back. Jeez. But yeah, I've missed out drafts. I've missed, just being around people. Got food. And Consecution Mage. We got another 3 Tree City, and this is the alternate art, I believe. It's the... Or is this the original artwork? No, it's altered. I thought they did different seasons for this. So yeah, this is one of the other seasons. But in foil too, which is real pretty. Got Fountain Port. Tap to add colors. 2 tap, sacrifice a token to draw a card. 3 tap, pay 1 life to create a fish. 4 tap, create a treasure token. Trading post is now on a land. We've made it, guys. Got Manifold Mouse, which is oh my god, it's the cutest baby. I love this artwork. Tempt with Bunnies. 2 and a white for a sorcery with Tempting Offer. Draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. So it's a 2 and a white for a sorcery. So draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Then each opponent may draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. For each opponent who does, you draw a card and you create a 1/1 white rabbit. You draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. That is a lot of the words. Draw a card and make a 1/1 white rabbit creature token printed on a card. But I get what it does. Thunder Trap Trainer. 1 and a blue for a creature otter wizard. It's a 1/2 with offspring 4. When it enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Got a swamp. And our uncommons. And our commons. Alright, next up. Gonna make our way to the Three Tree City. Pretty. Alright. Bun Bun. And Flowerfoot Swordsman. Got the Season of the Gathering. This is the green, and it's the alternate artwork as well. 4 and 2 green for a sorcery. 2 is up to 5 paw prints worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. So for 1 paw print, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. It gains vigilance and trample until end of turn. 2 paw prints, choose an artifact or an enchantment. Destroy all permanents of that type. And for 3, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. We got Narset, Parter of Veils. Not in the foil, I don't know why I'm tilting like it's a foil. 1 and 2 blue for a legendary Planeswalker Narset. 5 loyalty. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. -2, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This is so cool. I do want the Tameo though. Thundertrap Trainer, which we read before. Swarmyard Massacre. 3 and 2 black for a sorcery. Create 2 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Then each creature that isn't an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each creature you control that's an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. Cool. Castrel the Wind-Crested. 3 white and blue for a legendary creature bird scout. It's a 4/5 with flying. Whenever one or more birds you control deal combat damage to a player, choose 1. You may put a bird creature card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Put a +1/+1 counter on each bird you control or draw a card. Plains, and we've got our uncommons and our commons. But yeah, I missed this. Like, I've missed so much. I'm just happy to be back. Alright, we have our squirrel token. And Starscaped Cleric. Festival of Embers, which we read before. We've got Helga, Skittish Seer. Green, white, and blue for a legendary creature frog druid. It's a 1/3. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 4 or greater, you draw a card, gain 1 life, and put a +1/+1 counter on Helga. Tap to add X mana of any one color where X is Helga's power. Spend this mana to only cast creature spells with mana value 4 or greater, or creature spells with X in their mana cost. Interesting, and I love this artwork. Essence Channeler, my spirit animal. Literally. 1 and a white. It's a 2/1 black creature, black bat cleric. As long as you lost life this turn, it has flying and vigilance. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Essence Channeler. When it dies, put its counters on target creature you control. I love Soul Sisters. I very much love Soul Sisters. My favorite modern deck. There's the puns. Sword of the Squeak. 2 mana for an artifact equipment. Equip creature, it's +1/+1 for each creature you control with base power and toughness 1. Whenever a hamster, mouse, rat, or squirrel you control enters, you may attach Sword of the Squeak to that creature. Equip for 2. Nice. Salvation Swan. 3 and a white. For a creature bird cleric, it's a 3 for flash and flying. When it or another bird you control enters, exile up to 1 target creature you control without flying. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. Our forest. And our uncommons. And our commons. Alright, let's get into it. Got our treasure and Steampath Charger as our tokens. Thornvault Forager. 1 and a green for a creature, squirrel range, it's a 2/2. Tap to add green, tap and forage, add 2 mana in any combination of colours. 3 green and tap, search your library for a squirrel card, reveal it and put it to your hand, then shuffle. Mistbreath Elder. 1 green for a creature frog or it's a 2/2. When you upkeep, return another creature control to its owner's hand. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Mistbreath Elder. Otherwise, you may return Mistbreath Elder to its owner's hand. May return. Okay, sure. Osteomancer Adept. 1 and a black for a creature, squirrel warlock. It's a 2/2 with death touch. Until end of turn, you may cast creature tap. Until end of turn, you may cast creature spells from your graveyard by foraging in addition to paying its other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality counter on it. Scurry of Squirrels. 2 and a green for a creature, Squirrel Scout. Jeez. 2/2 with Myriad. Whenever Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Myriad. Okay, Squirrel deck. And Azure Beastbinder. 1 and a blue for a creature, Rat Rogue. It's a 1/3 vigilance. It can't be blocked by a creature with power 2 or greater. When it attacks up to 1 target artifact, creature, or planeswalker an opponent controls loses all abilities until your next turn. If it's a creature, it also has base power and toughness 2/2 until your next turn. Cool. Island. And our uncommons. And our commons. Next one up. We have a sword. And Manifold Mouse. We have a foil extended art fountain port, which we read earlier. It's a Bird of Paradise. Sorry, I mixed up my birds for a second. Bird of Paradise. 1 green for a creature bird. 0/1 flying. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Oh boy, I am spoiled for choice for pretty Birds of Paradise now. Because this one's incredible. Scrap Shooter. 1 and 2 green for a creature, Raccoon Archer. 4/4 with Gifter card, Reach, and when it enters, if the gift was promised, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. I'll pay 3 mana for a 4/4 and not gift you the card. Rootcast Apprenticeship. 3 and a green for a sorcery, choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Target player creates a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Target opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact. Cool. Mockingbird. X and a blue for a creature, Bird Bard. It's a 1/1 flying. You may have it enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value less than or equal to the number of mana spent to cast Mockingbird, except it's a bird in addition to its other types, and it has flying. Cool. What thing in this set makes a sword token? Alright. Anyways. Got a foil fish. And one War Leader. Oh my god, this Bun is so cute. We have the Valley Flamecaller. 2 and a red for a creature, Lizard Warlock. It's a 3/3. If a lizard, mouse, otter, or raccoon you control would deal damage to a opponent or player, it deals that much damage +1 instead. Sunspire Lynx. 2 and 2 red for a creature, elemental cat. It's a 5/4. Players can't gain life, damage can't be prevented, and when it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. I just said I'm a Solstices player, but we can get rid of this easily enough. Kidnap. 2 and 2 blue, enchantment aura, gift a card, enchant creature. When it enters, tap enchanted creature. If the gift wasn't promised, put 3 stun counters on it. You control the enchanted creature. Jacked Rabbit. X1 and white for a creature, Rabbit Warrior. It's a 1/2 with Ravenous. When it attacks, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to the Jacked Rabbit's power. Okay, artwork. We have Kitsa, Otterball Elite. 1 and a blue for a legendary creature, Otter Wizard. It's a 1/3 vigilance and prowess. Tap, draw a card, then discard a card. 2, tap. Copy target instant sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate all of Kitsa's power is 3 or greater. Mountain. And we've got our uncommons and commons. We've got 3 packs left. Alright, Crag Flame. And Starscape Cleric. We got the Nissa in foil. Look at this pose. So 3 and 2 green for a legendary Planeswalker Nissa. 5 loyalty. Whenever you tap a forest mana, add an additional green. +1. Put 3+1/+1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. Untap it, it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste, and it's still a land. -8. You get an emblem with lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. But that pose is so good. Oh, Storm Splitter, another good hit. 3 and a red for a 1/4 creature otter wizard with haste. Whenever you cast into a sorcery spell, create a token that's a copy of Storm Splitter. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. Cool. Dowerport Mage. 1 and a blue for a creature frog wizard, it's a 1/3. Whenever one or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. 1 and a blue tap, return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. Bright Cap Badger. 3 and a green for a creature badger druid. Or you can cast the instant Fungus Frolic for 2 and a green. Create 2 1/1 green sapling creature tokens. Otherwise, each fungus and sapling control has tapped to add green. Meaning if you end step, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token into 3/4. Cool. Lunar Convocation. White and a black for an enchantment. The beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. The beginning of your end step, if you gained and lost life this turn, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. 1 and a black, pay 2 life to draw a card. Got a Swamp. And our uncommons and commons. All in foil, I might add. Next one up is our second last pack, actually. Alright, we've got our Rabbit. And Finch Formation. Fabled Passage. It's a land tap, sacrifice the passage. Search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then if you control 4 or more lands, untap that land. We got Derevi, Imperial Tactician. Green, white, and blue for a legendary creature, Bird Wizard. It's a 2/3 flying. When it enters and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may tap or untap target permanent. And for 1 green, white, and blue, put Derevi onto the battlefield from the command zone. For the common good, XX green for a sorcery. Create X tokens that are copies of target token you control. Then tokens you control gain indestructible until your next turn. Gain 1 life for each token you control. Octomancer. 3 green and blue for a creature frog druid. It's a 3/3. Gift an octopus. This is from the commander deck. At the beginning of each end step, create a token that's a copy of target creature and token that's a copy of target creature token that entered the battlefield this turn. Thornvault Forager, which we read earlier. We've got our mountain and our uncommons and our commons. I need to double check what makes a sword token because I've never seen any mention of a sword token before. This is our last pack. Rabbit. Finch Formation, of course. Portent of Calamity. X and a blue for a sorcery. Reveal the top X cards of your library for each card type. You may exile a card of that same type, from among them. Reveal the top X cards of your library. For each card type, you may exile a card of that type from among them. Put the rest into your graveyard. You may cast a spell from among the exiled cards without paying its mana cost. If you exiled 4 or more cards this way, Then put the rest of the exiled cards into your hand. Alright. We got the Altart Yigra, Eater of All. 3 black and green for a legendary creature, Elemental Cat. It's a 6/6 with ward, sacrifice of food. Other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types, and have 2 tap, sacrifice this permanent and gain 3 life. Whenever food is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Yigra, Eater of All. Valley Flameclaw, which we read before. Trail Tracker Scout from the commander deck. 1 and a green for a creature Raccoon Scout, so 1/3. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Whenever you expand 8, return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Emberheart Challenger. 1 and a red for a creature Mouse Warrior. I'm actually playing this in mono red in Arena. 2/2 with haste and prowess and valiant. When it becomes a target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Got a forest and our foil uncommons and our foil commons to round out the pack. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Just as a little gift as a thank you for watching before I get going, I have one last pre-release code right here. I'll put it out to the front so you can see it, and I'll also read it out. Charlie 7 Echo Alpha 1 33 Beta 6 Echo 4409 Beta Echo Foxtrot 4 Alpha Echo 7 Echo B Beta 2 Charlie. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You can follow me on Twitter, links down below. You can also find me at the Planeswalker Pantheon on Facebook. If I usually like to make these, you can don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm usually making this content mostly for my own entertainment, but if you're entertained by it, that's great. Please share it around. Yeah, you can find me on all the socials. You can find where the links are. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.